Alright lads, so it's a new month, and with that we have more Limit Breaker quests to tackle in today's video. This is our final Limit Breaker for the month of December, our final Limit Breaker quest for the year, and I'd like to think, granted today I'm using quite a good team here, I'd like to think it isn't going to be too bad in terms of getting to at least stage 22 where you do get all the rewards. And the reason for that is because of the alternative cards that we can bring in. In slot number 1, you want to bring a ranged mind character with Quincy Killer, of course that being the newly released Christmas Retsu. If you saw my summons, while we did get super lucky, I didn't get Retsu, so I'm using the next best thing, which is going to be Ishin. He is a mind character with Quincy Killer, but the benefit with Ishin is that he does have burn and lacerate that is able to do a lot of damage over time, because you have 2 status elements doing damage over time, so we're able to take off millions of HP from these very high poise enemies super quickly in a very short amount of time. With that said, and it's going to be the case for every character we are using here, we are using a fortification pill, the 50% spiritual pressure item, in this case a T set, and also a strong attack damage item. For the Soripers, it is evolved to 5-star plus. For the links, I'm going with a mixture of recharge and full stamina, just giving me as much SP as possible, in my case almost 2,000 additional SP. The character itself is SP level 10, with full stamina and long stride as bonus abilities. The second slot wants us to bring a speed character that is melee with no affiliation killer, clearly designed for the newly released 1000-year Bloodwater Wetsu, who, considering the fact that he is a bonus character here, or more so a character that Caleb want you to use, it's clearly designed for him, very likely means this character is returning in the month of December. Which is kind of crazy because he only came out like 2 months ago, but I guess it does make sense. So for him, again, same exact accessories, and basically similar enough links, my best possible speed links. Likewise with Ishin, only SP level 10 with full stamina and also SP, because in his case he does have long stride built in. For our third character, technically the flexible slot, but ideally you do want to bring a technique character as they are getting a 2x damage buff. In this case, Grimmy can be easily used and we will try him in our next team. But since we are up against Soripers, of course I'm going to be bringing Giselle. Now my Giselle is max transcended, but if you have Giselle 1-5, she'll be perfectly good enough. Slot 3, I believe, is usually the weaker enemies, so my Giselle will probably be doing a lot of damage, but 1 out of 5 definitely will be good enough. So in her case, we're basically using again the exact same accessories, this time just for Quincy's. And then links are very similar. The best links I can possibly give her. In my case, max transcended with full stamina and also long stride, because like Ishin, Giselle does not have long stride built into her kit. With that said though, let's see how this does go. So this is my first time trying it out. We'll see if we can potentially get at least a 25. That'll be the main goal. So first room doesn't seem too bad for Ishin. Pretty decent room. It's quite the long room to be fair. But then again, someone like Oetsu will be stacking their strong attacks constantly. Giselle can probably take out both of those waves with 1 strong attack there. Let's use our 3. Make sure we don't get hit by the weakening pulse, because I believe we might be immune. I don't want to test it. I'm pretty sure Oetsu is immune here. He definitely is immune to burn. So 2 strong attacks from Giselle there is good enough. And now we're into the next big boy stage with the poised enemies. So let's go here. SA3. Back up. Use our 2. Make sure we don't get hit. And you'll see the burn and lacerate doing a lot of damage. But at the same time, we can also do more damage too. So we didn't have to spend too long there on that team or those characters. Let's use our 3 there. Yeah, it's a very massive map. Wow. Okay, lucky for us, Oetsu is just an absolutely broken character. Finished up that stage super quick. Super quick. Let's back up. Unfortunately, not able to take advantage of the box that does reduce our cooldown. But let's make sure. Honestly, I feel like the room is better this time around for Giselle. The last one was very awkward using Giselle, because while Dominate is actually really good, I do like it as a stat element for Limit Breaker content. It's hard to know if you are free to not get hit, you know? Because when you inflict the Dominate, the enemies can't hit you. However, let me just use the EX. That was a waste. Sometimes you don't know if you inflict Dominate up and an enemy then hits you. And no one in this team, likewise with the last time we used Giselle, can actually heal us back up to full stamina. So if I take a hit with Giselle, it's basically game over. But thus far, that's good. Already getting there. Use our SA2. Definitely have to improve the strong attacks there with Oetsu. But again, Oetsu is a character. You don't mind spamming attacks here, because the more attacks he spams, the quicker the gauge fills up. Right, so this is the next poison enemy stage. Let's take our time here. There we go. And then make sure we have the SA2 ready. Let's use our 3. Lucky for us, Quinties are super easy to dodge. Watch me get hit when after saying that. Luckily, oh, there we go. I jinxed it. I jinxed it, not like this. And that means we're retrying it. We're retrying it, but I did want to leave that first impression attempt in the video, right? Usually I would cut that out, but it gives me an opportunity to use our arcane beam, so we're keeping it in. But let's see how it goes. Now that we know what to do, maybe we can better use our strong attacks and hopefully get further. This is why I kind of want to use Uryu in slot 2, because that is an alternative character that you can use over Ishin. Because while Uryu, not Ishin, sorry, Oetsu. Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to use the SA1 to take out both of those waves. While Uryu will be worse than Oetsu, at least he has a team heal. So, like, if I did take damage there, I could potentially get back up to full stamina. Let's go here. SA3. Back up. 2. We just want to do laps around them. There is one enemy that can lunge at us. That could be a bit of a problem. That did end up hitting us, but again, not too bad for our first poised enemy stage. Matters to use our 2. SA1, and then the SA3 will reactivate the gauge. Oetsu does have poise break, so we can just keep these enemies in the corner. There we go, nice and easy. Going into Giselle. I think I used the SA2 in time. Let's go here, SA3, go up, then use our 2, and hopefully everyone here was inflicted. Seems like it, but you have to be careful though, you really do. Because these enemies have crazy range. Even if they aren't targeting you, it could still hit you if it's aimed around your direction, if the enemy isn't inflicted with Dominate. Alright. So, pretty good thus far for not having Retsu. But I was quite confident beforehand anyway that I'd be fine without her. Because I do have access to Ishin. If I didn't have Ishin, it'd be a bit more difficult. Let's use our 3. Unfortunately for us, one enemy did actually dodge there, but it's fine. Let's use our 1. Kind of want to use my 3 here. Is it worth using our nurturing? Nah, it definitely wasn't worth the time we just spent there, but I mean, I don't think we're that short on time. I think we are kind of hard stuck. Maybe it's 25, but we'll see. Might use our 3. It does come back in time next time when he's available. Using those 2 strong attacks there maybe does put us in a bad position for our next room, but we'll see how it does go. Okay, that was a weird one. I was waiting for the poison because I didn't know they had to spawn in. Oh, luckily didn't get hit there. Okay, nice and easy. Our best run thus far because we haven't taken a hit just yet. Again, hopefully I don't jinx it. Let's go SA3. Into the 1 again. Oh, Oetsu's so good, man. He really is. Perfect example of a character experimentation gone right. Let's use our EX now just in case. And then the SA2 should finish up there. There we go. Unfortunately, no strong attack ready for next time he's available. But we should be fine. Let's wait a few seconds because I want to at least have that SA2 ready for when we go here. Hopefully that SA3 hit everyone there. Seems like everyone is inflicted with Dominate. You'll love to see it. Believe they're doing like 800k damage to each other. And that one did end up killing himself. You'll love to see it. So, alright. Ishin, don't disappoint me, lads. I could use my Summon here, but I don't want to. I feel like I need to save it for next stage. Oh, no, sorry. We've already beaten the poison enemy stage with... What's his name? Ishin. So we're looking really good on time right now. We might even get into the 26. Maybe possible, dare I say, to get into the 30. If only I had the character duped out. Like, if I had their focus lock, that would have been really good. So, yeah, we're starting to see a tiny bit of damage fall off here. Should be fine, though. SA3 seems good enough to be used there. Not too bad. Have to use 2 strong attacks here. But now we go into Ishin stage. So, I'm going to wait for the SP boost to wear off, like now, for example. I would use the Soul Bomb now. But let's wait for the... Oh, maybe now? Okay, that was lucky. We just got the status proc. Now, we only get Lacerate. But we are able to apply weakened defense. Like, unfortunately, I took damage there. But the run's basically over anyway. There we go. And we apply a weakening too, so we ourselves can do more damage. Is it possible to get to our next stage in 20 seconds using Oetsu? Maybe, but we've already broken 25, which is the main goal when you don't have Retsu. And something I'm pretty happy with right now. Luckily dodged that. But we very well could get into the next stage. Let me use my Nat String. There we go. SA3. Messed up my position with a Wetsu because all the enemies are kind of like spaced out. So they're not going to die at the same time. Like we should have been done this room by now. Can we finish it? Oh, come on. Ah, so close to 26. We'll take it, though. At the very least, though, we did get to 25, which is the main goal like a good team like this would want to go for without any new character. But luckily for me, I do have Giselle, Max Transcended, and also Uetsu. But for the most part, Uetsu and also Ishin are 1-5. And I feel like with the time we had to spare, even if Giselle was 1-5, it would be good enough to get into 25. So definitely a team worth trying out if you are lucky enough to own Ishin, Uetsu, and also Giselle, and if you didn't happen to pull the new Retsu. If you did pull the new Retsu, I am very curious to see how she does perform. I might try in a couple days' time and see how far she can take it. Maybe a team like that can break into the 30s. Next up, though, let's try this alternative team. Maybe you don't have the next best thing for slot 1, 2, and 3. Maybe you didn't pull the 2 characters released in the last 4 or so months. Maybe it's a lot more likely that you own a character that came out before the 9th anniversary, or maybe in this case, during the 9th anniversary with Grimmy. In Grimmy's case, accessories, links are the exact same, but we are using Grimmy at technically 2 out of 5. So level 10 SP, and also level 10 focus, since he is a premium character. He was released during the anniversary. I know a lot of people summoned on his banner, rightfully so. He is absolutely amazing, one of the best characters in the game. Oryu is an anniversary character released 2 years ago, so likely you do have him, and hopefully, to make him work as best he possibly can, you want the character Max Transcendent, or at least in this case, as many dupes as you possibly can get into him. So we're using him at Max Transcendence. Links and accessories are the exact same. Full stamina and also long strides. Grammy in particular is the same, full stamina and long strides, since they don't have any long stride built in. And then Meninya, Ishin, again, would be better, but just to showcase another character, we are using Meninya. Once more, accessories and links are the exact same, right? Nothing's really changed besides the affiliation. In her case, she's only SP level 10, with full stamina and also long strides. So the general setup, as you would expect with a character like this. So if anything, the one benefit we're going to have with a team like this, right, is that while it might not be the team that can make it as super fun, it will be super safe. Like, we have the barriers on all 3 of our characters here, and then we also have an extra team heal through Uryu in between stages. Uryu and Grammy in particular can heal themselves through Drain. And then Meninya also does have that SA2 that can heal. So we should just be one and done with these 3 characters. And they also work well together too. Because of course Grammy is a team supporter for characters like Meninya and Uryu. More so Uryu. Because he will be able to do 20% more strong attack damage. And also have the 30% more damage to enemies inflicted with an element. Meninya won't get that extra, 30% damage, but at the very least she will get the 20% sal. Unfortunately, I missed that SA2. That sucks. Or SA1 more so. So let's see what damage numbers we are looking at here. She's going to be a bit awkward. Because we can't rely on stat elements, but she has a decent damage output. We just keep bringing them into the corner. That's all we really need to do. Keep them far away and make sure we try to hit everyone with the banana SA1 that she does have going for her. But you'll see her significantly slower. Alright, keep it going. Not the fastest. Again, I would recommend using Ishin over Meninya, but just to try a different character, it's the next best thing that we can use. Right, let's go here. SA2. SA1. Let's bring him back. Let's grab that SA2. To be fair, I don't think I needed to do that. That was really good, though, once we activate the gauge. But my problem is I didn't grab the box straight away, and we kind of pushed them back a tad bit. Unfortunately, one enemy got left alive. That sucks a bit. And hopefully we do get a status proc. We don't have the increased chance, so it's a tad bit awkward, but Grammy does have Frenzy free, so you'll see here that we still basically almost guarantee the status procs. We just obviously aren't doing as much damage as we would if we had Hollow Killer, But Grammy is a character that can always brute force his way through it. Didn't spend too long there, so I think we're like a minute behind. But our main goal is just to try and get into the 20s. There we go. Maybe didn't need to use my SA3 there, but we'll keep it going. Managed to take those 2 out. Let's use our 2. Going into Grammy. Can we kill with 1 third strong attack? Might as well use our 1 just to get it out of the way. Make sure you position yourself properly with Mininia's SA2 or SA1. You want to make sure you try and grab everyone. In case like that, we weren't able to one-shot, but not sure if that was the position problem or the enemy just tanked it. I gotta say though, man, Oryu's still a really fun character. Like, I've surprisingly got a lot of use out of him in Limit Breaker. It's mainly because he just matches all the requirements for Owetsu. So whenever they want us to use Owetsu, Oryu's also good enough to be used right. He has that going for him. But it is always fun using Oryu in Limit Breaker. He's a character that I feel like is one of the smoother characters to play in this game. Now, in this case, do we even want to use our Summon here? We can't apply weak in defense. Like, I don't think it's going to help. But we are going to spend a lot of time here. We might be better off using our Summon on Oryu stage, since he has the debuff. Might do that Naturalling too, so that I can do a bit of damage. Just keep it going. Even if it's a tad bit slow. I think having the focus slot on Mininya would be like really good here. There we go, about time. Again, recommend using Ishin over Mininya, but if you don't have him, this is the best thing you can do. So in this case, we probably want to use our Soul Bomb here, right? Let's activate the Soul Bomb after doing our gauge. There we go. Look how fast we're clearing here. Makes up for that lost time on Mininya. There we go. There we go. That's what we needed. And then with Gremmy, let's go here. Use our EX. That's going to debuff. And also boost. Which is what we need to hopefully get through this as fast as possible. SA1 into the 2. Can use my SA3, but I don't want to. There we go. There we go. Can we get into the 20s? Mininya might be bringing us down here. Let's try that again. There we go. SA2 should one-shot, right? There we go. Nice. Okay. We almost made it into 20. Does that count as 21? Does it count as 20? That's like the main goal to get the rainbow badge, right? But we got in last second, so I'm not sure it counted. It did. All right. So this team can almost get into 22, where it does get all the rewards. At the very least, though, it will get you the rainbow badge. But again, if you have Ishin, you can easily get into at least 24. At least 24 with this team. Because we spent 16 seconds with Mininya on stage 16. That took a lot of time away from us. If you have to focus on Mininya, you might get that down to like 30 seconds. And those extra 20 seconds that you maybe do save with Mininya, having, you know, that extra guaranteed critical, might be enough for you to get into stage 24. Ishin, though, would definitely be enough, though, because he would just brute force his way through it with the burn and also lacerate. So while we spent 44 seconds in stage 7, 49 seconds in stage 16, we wouldn't do that if we had Ishin. I would do another run, but I think you kind of get the point. I don't want to try the entire team again with just one character different. But if you switch in Ishin, you'll definitely at least get into stage 25, where your clearance record would be around 24. I'm not sure if this team can get into 26 and therefore count as 25, but at the very least, this Limit Breaker doesn't feel too bad, at least to me. Granted, I might be lucky to have the characters, but there are 2 alternative options here in slot 2 and 3, premium alternative characters for Anniversary that I would like to think everyone that was playing during the time do have them. There's always going to be someone that maybe just got super unlucky and doesn't have the unit, and that's fair. But this is why I always recommend this save for those big banners like End of Year and also Anniversary, because the characters definitely are worth it. In this case, let's do the moment we all wait for every month, claiming all the rewards. When we get all these Transcendence points and also 50 ups, which we gladly take. Now, in my case, I would go ahead and use it right now, because I know someone like Misaki, for example, is a character I'm currently re-rolling, and I do want to get with 500 attack, if I haven't already gotten that. Let me just double check. Yeah, so she's been on level 2 attack for a while now. However, end of year's coming up. I do plan to do 25 steps. I already have 3,000 ups, so I only need 2,000 ups, which I can gather up by the end of the year. And depending on how good the characters are, depending on what they do offer, depending on who it is, I might be willing to use some special move sources on them. I mean, I did it last year on Ichigo and also Orihime, more so Ichigo. Would have done it on Yuha, but obviously if you saw that, I did 60 multis and didn't get a single Yuha, so I wasn't willing to spend that many move source on a character that I just did 60 summons for. But yeah, depending on the attribute, if they're really good, depending how many duplicates I get of said characters, I might be willing to use these sources, more so the rainbow ones, given the fact that they will be limited 1000 Blood War units. But either way, that was the video for today. In the comments below, let me know how far you lads did get. Did you make it into stage 22, 25 even? Let me know how Red 2 performs, because I've yet to try it out in Limit Breaker. Definitely will be doing that in her upcoming showcase, so stay tuned for that. But I hope you lads enjoyed the video. See you lads next time. Take care and peace.